year?
I have said this all season, BC. My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
What? What?
That bold statement by Monica McNutt has aged like fine milk. Because right after that video was posted, here's what happened a few days later.
CBS Sports HQ Spotlight. Caitlin Clark and the Fever won for the fourth time in their last 6 games Sunday. It was on C of Boston. She had her third straight double-double in this game. And the Fever won against the Chicago Sky 91-83. But the Sky now 4-9. They've lost 4 in a row, and they've dropped to second to last in our WNBA power rankings at CBSSports.com. The Fever, on the other hand, up from 11 to 8. And as of right now, the Fever would be in the playoffs. The Sky would not.
So yeah, not only did the Fever get ahead of Angel Reese's team in the standings, but also Caitlin cooked her with a double-double as well in the process. And it's actually kind of weird hearing McNutt blabbing about how team records weigh more than stats, when in fact, she's the one who instantly brought up Angel Reese's double-double streak into the conversation out of nowhere, right after she mentioned the team aspect.
I have said this all season, BC. My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact. Look, the double-double streak that she's rocking and rolling, chasing down, 12 double-doubles to start is the record that spanned over 2 seasons. She's already gotten to 11.
So on one end, you're saying that numbers don't mean anything if your team is losing, but then later on, you would talk about and even highlight Angel Reese's stats to back up your argument? Anyway, now that she's changed her tune by bringing Reese's stats up, here's how Caitlin responded a few days later to finally put this conversation to bed.
Clark making some beautiful feeds under the net. Clark also contributing to the rebound game, becoming the first ever rookie in the WNBA history to collect a triple-double, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists.
Damn!
As of this video, the Fever are still ahead of the Sky in the standings, and as you heard from the clip, Caitlin recently had a historic triple-double to rub it in on her haters like Monica McNutt even further. But analysts still doubt that she should win Rookie of the Year. Well, speaking of haters, here's another guy making another ridiculous argument that Angel Reese is better than Caitlin.
I actually thought Angel Reese's double-double streak was going to end last night. I did. So she had 5 rebounds heading into the fourth quarter, and I was like, oh no, it's going to come crashing down. And then she had 6 in the fourth, which was insane. I'm very invested in this. And I think that we have a dead even race right now in Rookie of the Year. I do not think that there is a leader right now.
Oh, this is silly. This is silly. Caitlin Clark goes out with a target on her back every single time down the floor. Angel Reese is just, she works the glass. That's it.
I disagree.
Okay, if she's averaging 14 and 9 and not a double-double.
So just like McNutt, Adam Lefkoe was glazing about Angel Reese's double-double streak right off the bat, and then would go on to say,
And not a double-double.
See, here's the thing that really annoys me a lot. I mean, we all know that individual stats are as important as team success, but when people start bringing up Caitlin's crazy numbers into the conversation, the haters would always counter it by saying it's not about the numbers, even though they keep talking about how impressive Angel Reese's double-double streak was. Anyway, since we're talking about numbers, let's just compare their stats and see who's really the better rookie, once and for all. And as you can see, it's not even close. I mean, aside from winning in rebounds and a teeny-weeny edge on field goal percentage, Caitlin is currently dominating Angel Reese in all other categories, whether it's about points, assists, three-point percentage, or free throw percentage. And see, even though she's got more rebounds than Caitlin, which is quite expected since she's taller than her, Caitlin actually has more blocks than Angel Reese with 0.9 compared to 0.4. So with this said, this is simply how I would sum up their stat battle.
Angel Reese is just, she works the glass. That's it.
And even if we go deeper and lay out the stats on their head-to-head matchup this season, it goes to show that Caitlin pretty much owns Angel Reese. I mean, versus the Indiana Fever, Reese is just averaging 14, 14, and 2 on 40% shooting. Meanwhile, Caitlin got 2 wins against the Chicago Sky, and just check out her numbers. 17 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, 9.3 assists on 49, 40, and 90 shooting splits. Now, despite being far behind in terms of stats and her team trailing behind the Fever in standings, Adam would move the goalpost yet again and create a new argument as a basis for his Rookie of the Year.
You're not talking to one of your normal guests.
Okay.
I'm telling you are talking to the most watched WNBA analyst on TV that doesn't get asked about it. I have made a lot of money on both of these players. You are talking to a subject expert. Here is the issue in your argument. Let's not even talk about stats.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is that it's very similar how important each is, and I still think we have room to go. I would like to say how these two perform against the top three teams. The Aces, the Liberty, and the Lynx is how I judge them.
So, from team records to stats, this guy deviates from all of that and says that his Rookie of the Year is going to be based on how well Angel Reese or Caitlin perform against the top three teams of the WNBA, which are the Aces, Lynx, and the Liberty. Now, to satisfy what this quote-unquote subject expert has been saying, why don't we pull out the stats yet again, just to see how flawed and silly his argument is. First, let's take a look at Angel Reese's stats. Well, as you can see, she's 1-4 versus the New York Liberty this season. She's 0-1 against the Las Vegas Aces and 0-1 versus the Minnesota Lynx. Caitlin, on the other hand, is 1-3 versus the Liberty, 1-0 against the Lynx, and 0-2 versus the Aces. With this said, Caitlin has a bit of an advantage in this regard thanks to a recent win against the Lynx, and in terms of stats, Caitlin is also outperforming Angel Reese. Because even though she has 16 double-doubles right now, Caitlin has 8 of her own as well. And take note, she just tallied a triple-double against the #1 team in the WNBA right now, which is the New York Liberty. And on top of that, she continues to break a ton of records as well. Like this one, when she racked up 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and 3 blocks against the Washington Mystics. And in just 15 games into her pro career, she's already scored 200-plus points, grabbed 75 rebounds, and dished out 75-plus assists, making her the fastest player in WNBA history to reach such statistical milestones. Anyway, despite the crazy numbers that Caitlin has put out so far, there are still talking heads out there who are just pushing this ridiculous narrative that Angel Reese is the better rookie than Caitlin Clark. I mean, just listen to this.
So it's close for me. I'll give Angel Reese the advantage at this point because she leads the league in rebounding as a rookie. She leads the league. That's over Wilson. That's over Stewart. All the other Griner. That's over all of them. She's a rookie in the league, and she's leading the league on the glass, which gives her team more possessions on offense where offensive rebounding.
I mean, to me, the guy was just nitpicking Angel Reese's greatest strength and just putting it out there to somewhat convince people that his argument is rock solid. Well, see, while it's true that Reese is leading the league in rebounding, this guy is completely biased, as he doesn't mention the fact that Caitlin is also leading the league in assists with 7.8 a ball game. So you're telling me that rebounding is more important than assists? And as the stats show, Caitlin brings more to the table than Reese because aside from being the leader in assists, she's also putting buckets on the scoreboard and rebounding with almost 6 rebounds per game as a guard. Now, apart from building around his argument based on Reese's rebounding numbers, here's another take that will blow your mind.
Especially as you see now, Angel Reese 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Excuse me?
Exactly. Well, if you watch, I follow her on Twitter, of course. That's my boo-boo, and I see that she's working on that. This has been something she's been putting these clips out of taking the corner three. You know, bigs like to take the corner three. It's the shorter distance. It's all you got to do is line it up. If you line it up and get the right arc and spin on it, splash. But another thing I will also give you why Caitlin Clark is second for me right now is she should be shooting over 40%, and she's not. Angel Reese is. 2 years from now, she could be the best player in the league. I can't say that about Caitlin Clark.
So these guys are basically glazing about Reese's recent improvement with her three-point shooting. I mean, Caitlin has been universally recognized as the Steph Curry of women's basketball. She's shooting logo threes and jacking up shots from the parking lot. She's been doing it since her college days. But based on their rhetoric, it seems that they're downplaying and even neglecting this cold hard fact. And although she's shooting just above 32% from three-point land, that's still way better than Reese's 20% shooting from beyond the arc. Now, speaking of percentages, this guy is hating on Caitlin for not shooting at least 40%, when in fact, the difference between her and Reese is just 0.4 in terms of field goal shooting. And here's the crazy part. After making all those silly takes, he had another one right before the video ends by saying,
Yeah, well, Angel Reese is far beyond the better defender. Like, we know that, like, she rebounds, she blocks shots. She's the better defender. That's one thing that Caitlin Clark is going to have to improve in.
Again, he just highlighted the stuff that can easily be seen in the eye test. But if we run the numbers, which I've already laid out here multiple times, Caitlin actually averages more blocks than the 6'3" Angel Reese. And they're just virtually tied in terms of steals. So you see, I have no idea where this guy gets his facts. Anyway, what do you guys think about these ridiculous takes about Caitlin? Let me know your deep thoughts on this by dropping your comments below, and be sure to subscribe as well so you won't miss any future content that I'm going to drop. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next vid.